welcome to Nourished Sundays. My name is Joanna. I'm certified in holistic nutrition from the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. I'm also a licensed Salsa mommy and a busy mom of 2 active little ones. This series is all about healthy eating. And this can be very complicated in our current world with all the conflicting information we have. And on top of this, add the pressure of feeding little kids who may be picky eaters, and it can often. So today's topic is about a healthy morning routine. I want to share with you 3 tips from holistic nutrition that will help your body get the best possible start in the morning. Now, I know with little ones it can be quite hard to fit the time, but really these things can make a huge difference. I've noticed it in myself and in other family members. So if you're able to squeeze them in, even if it's 1 or 2 of those things, that's already gonna probably make a huge difference in your day. So one big thing is that when we wake up, it's nice to give our bodies the time to get ready for digestion. Like you just spend hopefully about 8 hours sleeping, and your body was going through a lot of processes. It's often the cleaning for our brain and our body, so the digestive system is also getting rid of toxins or doing its best to do that and other things. So it's not necessarily right away going to be ready to absorb more things, right? So that's why those little tips may help to provide a good basis for the day by giving your body, the best to start, and also the signals that, now it's time to start the day. So, digestion mode, woohoo, wake up. So without further ado, the first thing that I recommend you do in the morning is when you wake up, have a big glass of water. Now, it's even better if it's hot water, and even better if it's with lemon, so freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now, I know some people are sensitive to lemon, especially with your teeth, so you may want to drink it with a straw or add a little bit of honey in there, so raw, unpasteurized honey, just to add a little bit of sweet flavor so it's not that acidic, the taste. But it's a fantastic thing for your body. It really gives an excellent basis. And one little elixir that I personally love, that takes a little bit more time to prepare, but really once you get into the roll, like it's maybe gonna be 1 or 2 minutes more, so it doesn't make a huge difference, and I found it's been lovely for my body, is a blend of coconut oil or coconut manna. So add a spoon, like a big tablespoon, some turmeric, so like the curcuma, that orangey spice. You can buy the roots in a lot of stores, especially in the ethnics aisle. So it's a little root. It looks like a small ginger, a little bit more orangey, and you can just cut it in a little piece or just add it into a blender. So a little piece, because it's super strong, the flavor, just add a tiny bit, and it's so much better if it's fresh, or you can also just add the dried spice if you don't have the fresh one. That's great as well. Then add your freshly squeezed lemon juice and a little bit of honey, because in that one the honey goes a long way. And also I would add a little bit of black pepper, because black pepper helps the turmeric to give its whole anti-inflammatory potential. Turmeric is an amazing root spice, and I'll talk more about it in a different episode, but that's if you can start the day with it, it's amazing, because it's anti-inflammatory amongst other things. So it's fantastic to give that basis to your body, right? So you blend that all together and you drink it, and it's delicious. Oh, and water. Did I mention the water? Yeah, add some hot water into it. So it's like a warm elixir, warm sweet elixir in the morning. So coconut oil or manna, turmeric roots if possible, just a little bit, or turmeric, curcuma spice, a little bit of honey, or you can also put maple syrup. I don't know why I had a big white up. Maple syrup or honey, a natural healthy sweetener, and a hint of black pepper, some freshly squeezed lemon juice, lemon oil I was gonna say. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening with my head right now. Freshly squeezed lemon juice and some hot water, blend this all together, and it's delicious. So you can do that, or again, just a regular glass of water, that helps as well. And then wait 30 minutes if you can. So that's why it's great you do that first thing in the morning. Then you probably have to get, I don't know, your kids' lunches ready, or your kids' clothing, whatever you can do. Now, if it's not the full 30 minutes, that's fine. But at least, if you can wait 10 minutes or so, because that's gonna do its magic in your body, in the digestive system, to wake things up and provide a great basis for the day. And then eat some fruits. So the second thing you would do is to eat fruits, just the fruits. So, whatever piece of fruit, preferably if it's locally harvested, if it's in season, then it's usually more dense in nutrients. So I always recommend that, but any fruit, and then just eat the fruit. And then wait another 30 minutes if you can, or a little bit less, that's fine. Maybe go take your shower, finalize, wake up your kids, get them dressed, or whatever you can squeeze into 30 minutes. And after that, that's when you would have your actual breakfast. So, if it's less than 30 minutes, no big deal. But for your actual breakfast, it's actually best not to mix carbs with proteins, because they require a different pH, so a different level of acidity in our stomach. So the juices they require to get, prepped for absorption and to get broken down are different. So if we eat them at the same time, which is something we do a lot, if you think about it, I'll give you a few examples. But if we eat them at the same time, it's sending a conflicting message to our stomach. So if you start your day with that, that's not a super good basis for the rest of it, right? So, for example, carbs and protein, meat and potatoes, or even like, animal milk, so cow milk, and cereals, something everyone does, right? Well, a lot of people. And that really is not the best thing for our bodies in the morning. So I recommend, for example, you can have definitely some, milk and cereals, but maybe try some nut milk, because then it's a different kind of protein. It's not an animal protein, which requires, which makes the difference of acidity even more drastic. So yeah, maybe, some nut milk with some cereals that are, sugarless cereals, just, with good healthy nuts. Or you can also do chia seeds pudding. That's very good. It needs a bit of prep and a bit of thinking, because you would need to prepare the day before and leave it in the fridge overnight. And you can find a lot of amazing recipes on the internet. So, and it's super easy, super quick. You just have to prep it a bit before, so that gives time to the chia seeds to, fully open up and make them delicious. Or, just having a toast too. That's not a bad thing. Depending on the bread you eat, there's better quality of bread, but that's still pretty good option, as long as it's not mixed with, other things, too many other things. So I guess, oatmeal too is a very nice one. So if you can have oatmeal with nut milk, and maybe add some hemp seeds, for example, that makes it a very packed breakfast in terms of good fats for the day, and it also fills you up so you don't feel hungry too quickly. And also oatmeal is often recommended for our digestive system and our intestines, because it provides a nice little how can I say, like a nice little covering to avoid, you know, like leaky guts and things like that, or symptoms of leaky guts. That's also why, for example, you know, people who have skin issues, you know, an oatmeal bath is great because it gives like that covering layer. And that's the same it does on the inside, on our intestines. So if it's something you eat in the morning, you like, they're pretty cleared, you know, your intestine, hopefully after a few hours of fasting and cleaning up. So that gives, you know, a nice thing for the day. All right, thank you for listening. Those were 3 things I recommend you do in the morning to have the best possible basis for your day. So a good morning routine based on holistic nutrition. Thank you for listening. Look forward to seeing you next week. In the meantime, eat well and be well. Nos vemos.